Hi, Charbonnet. We'll wait just a couple minutes in case anybody else decides to join us. All right. How's everyone doing? Can you guys hear me? Give me like a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Hey, I can hear you. I'm in the car driving,
No
so
worries.
I have my camera on.
Yeah, no worries at all.
I'm going from our fall break vacation into a girls' trip in Virginia wine country. So I literally just landed and got in my rental car. Like,
Oh my
oh,
gosh.
I'll hop on and listen while I drive.
Where are you going for your girls' trip?
So we're in. I flew into Richmond, and I'm headed to Charlottesville, Virginia, which is about an
Okay.
hour from there. So it's like the Monticello.
Nice. How fun. We do a girls' trip every year too. We go out to the river, and there's literally like 91 women from ages 21 up to like the oldest is, I think, 77 years old. And it is an absolute riot. It's so much fun. So, all right. Well, it's 4, so we're going to jump right into it. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining on this training. So, networking is my favorite way to get business, and I love it. I would much rather be networking than cold calling. And so that's why I decided to do this training on networking. And today I am going to show you how to do networking the right way. So, networking is so crazy. You can literally change your life by meeting the right people. And today I'm going to show you how to do that the right way. So, how many of you have ever gone to an event, passed out 30 cards, and you didn't get a single call? Yeah, that was me back in like 2012 when I first started in real estate. I did that. So I started in real estate full time back in 2012. We had moved to a new area in 2011. We moved to Murrieta, California, and I didn't know anybody. But I knew I wanted to do real estate, but I didn't really know how I was going to get clients or what to do. I didn't like have anybody mentoring me or showing me what to do. I just kind of bumped my head along the way. And I came across a group called Team Referral Network. You've probably heard of like LeTib or BNI. So Team was basically like BNI or LeTib. It's just another one of the referral networking groups. And I found it online. And so 14 years ago, I had never attended a networking event. I worked for an eye doctor and I went to work 9 o'clock, was off at 5, never thought about work again once I got home. But when we moved to Murrieta, I really wanted to do real estate and I just dove right in. So I joined Team, and when I was at that group, I was informed that there was something called a Chamber of Commerce, and there was a ribbon cutting going on. And I was invited to this ribbon cutting, and I went, didn't really realize like the purpose of it or what it was for. But through that group, I decided to join the Chamber of Commerce. I found out that was a great way to network and get plugged into the community and meet people. So at the time, I joined Team Referral Network and I joined the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce. Then I started going to different networking events through the Chamber of Commerce. And when I started, I thought networking meant handing out as many business cards as possible, and I was wrong. And learning that changed my business. So, the mistake we all make is going to an event and just basically throwing your business card everywhere. And that's like very common. I will go to events and I'll see people just running around trying to like talk to as many people as they possibly can. So people would And me as well, when I was brand new at networking, I would pass out 30 cards. I'd talk about myself the whole time, and I would collect different names and other people's cards, and then I would forget their name, forget their face, forget that we even had a conversation. But the right way is actually to focus on just three people, three partners. And you want to ask them about them first. So, hey, Melissa, how are you? Hi, thank you so much for joining us. So we're just talking about the right way versus the wrong way of networking. I was saying that a lot of times people will go to a networking event and throw out 30 business cards, collect 30 business cards, or however many they possibly can. But what's more effective is actually focusing on just like three power partners. If you have time to talk to a few more, that's okay as well. But focus on just a few people, and you want to ask about them first. You want to build relationships, not contacts. So you don't need 30 business cards, you just need like three real connections, and you want to find your power partners. So you go to an event and there's a whole bunch of people, and some power partners that are great for real estate agents are CPAs, financial planners, handymen, contractors, hairdressers, estate attorneys, those are really good, or an insurance agent. And the power partners are the people who can refer you again and again because your clients overlap. So think about who shares your ideal customer. For example, an attorney. Somebody may pass away and they have a home to sell, the family has a home to sell, and if you have a relationship with that attorney, then your name is hopefully going to come to mind, and then you can get a referral. Or maybe you have a client that needs an attorney and you can refer to the attorney and share business back and forth. So think about who would be a good power partner. So can you think of some power partners that might be good for realtors? If anybody is able to jump on and share who would be like a good power partner. I like hairdressers because think about it, they talk to people all day long. I mean, they're like a counselor basically. When people are getting their hair done, the hairdresser's just blah, 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 talking. Or like a chiropractor, they see a lot of people throughout the day. And so those are, to me, always really good power partners. And if you go to an event and you don't know anybody, look for one of the ambassadors. The Chamber of Commerce, they have ambassadors, or maybe somebody that's putting on the event. You can ask, hey, I'm looking for a handyman or an attorney or a CPA, and have them guide you to the person that you're looking for. And then the conversation flow is really, really important. So as I mentioned in the beginning, you want to ask about
I have to
them.
listen to. Okay.
Hi, Susan. Okay, so you want to ask about them first. Ask about their business. So you meet somebody. Hi, Chabernet. How are you? I'm Heather. Nice to meet you. Oh, so what do you do for work? And how long have you been in business? Or what inspired you to start your business? You can ask them, who's your ideal client? How can I help you? And then naturally, they're going to ask you those questions back. So, networking works really well when you're genuinely curious and you want to be more interested than interesting. So, when you want to be prepared, when somebody asks you about your business and your name, you want to be prepared. So, I always say make sure you have your elevator speech ready. So, when it's your turn to talk, you're ready, you can keep it short, clear, relevant. So start off, I think everybody should have a tagline. Sometimes there's events where you just get a chance to stand up and say your name. Hi, I'm Heather Penco. I'm your BFF in real estate. I'm your best friend forever in real estate. And that just kind of rolled off my tongue years ago and it just kind of stuck. And so now I've been to so many different events, people will refer to me as, oh, hey, BFF. So if you need help figuring out a tagline, I love helping people figure out taglines. So message me, give me a call, we'll chat and brainstorm and come up with something. But you want to make sure that you have something catchy, a catchy tagline. I love Susan. Her email, I'm Simply Susan. I think that's just like so perfect with Simply Home. But you want to have your tagline ready to go. Think of something catchy. Then your elevator speech. Typically, you have about a minute to explain what you do. I'm a realtor. Well, there's hundreds of thousands of realtors. How about I help people buy and sell homes in Murrieta, but my real passion is ranch properties. I live on 5 acres with a barn, well, and septic, so I know firsthand what it takes to maintain and market these homes. So you're kind of niching down. A second example would be, and this is going to be tailored to the event that you're at. So, for example, I'm part of the bar association. So I meet with a group of attorneys every month, and my elevator speech is different for that event. I say, I'm a certified probate and trust real estate specialist. I help families navigate selling a home after losing a loved one with experience, care, and compassion. Now, I wouldn't say my elevator speech about probate if I'm at the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce event. I would only say that if I'm at a probate event or with attorneys, or if I meet an attorney that I know is a probate attorney, well, kick the notch up and use that elevator speech. So after you have been to an event, you need to follow up. I think so many agents forget to follow up. And it's very important that you follow up within like 24 hours or even after the event. You can send a quick, hey, it was great meeting you. Hey, Melissa, it was so great meeting you tonight. I had a good time talking to you about your kids' soccer or whatever. Or you can say, hey, Charbonnet, it was great meeting you. Are you free for coffee this week? Maybe Wednesday or Thursday at 9? You want to pin down a date and time if you're going to plan some sort of get together. Because if you just say, oh, we should get together for coffee, trust me, it's never going to happen. So you want to pin down a day and a time and then make that event happen. And if for some reason they need to reschedule, pin down another date. Because if you don't have a date, it's going to slip through the cracks and you're going to forget about it and they're going to forget about it and it's going to be history. But there's absolutely no point in going to these events if you're not going to follow up. Well, I take that back. It is important to go even if you're not going to follow up because it's going to help get your name out there and people will start to recognize you. And especially if you're consistent with going to events, then eventually you may be known as that go-to realtor for whichever area that you're in. So I'm going to give you guys some places to network. These are some ideas. So I have pretty much based my business around networking. When my kids were young, a lot of my business came from my kids' sports because I would typically go to their practices and their games. And I don't think I missed one practice or game. And a lot of times the moms would ask, oh, are you an at-home mom? And I would say, no, I'm actually a full-time real estate agent. And then the conversation would come up like, oh, well, do you live around here? Yeah, but we want to have a baby and we're going to need a bigger home, or we want to have a swimming pool. And so the conversation would kind of start. But now that my kids are a little bit older and they're not doing sports, I've had to find some other ways to network. So I have a group called the Murrieta Lunch Bunch, and we do lunch. We used to meet weekly, and I realized after 3 years that was a lot. So now we meet once a month, and there's anywhere from 12 to 25 people that come to lunch, and it's great because we're giving back to the community by supporting our local restaurants and having lunch. Everyone buys their own lunch. You don't need to buy lunch if you don't want to. You can have a cup of water if money is tight. But everybody buys their own. It's great advertisement for social media. You can even invite your clients to lunch. So sometimes I'll even invite my clients to the lunch. I go to a coffee with the city, and that's once a month, where the city, usually the city council, will talk about some upcoming changes to the city, maybe a new mall or gas station, car wash, things like that. And it's a great way to network with others, because usually before and after the meeting, everybody just kind of mingles. And so when you go often, then you kind of start getting to know people. And so it's not only fun, but it's really informative. I'm still part of the Chamber of Commerce, so I will go to Chamber of Commerce events on occasion. I don't go nearly as much as I used to, but I still am participating. I am on the cemetery board. I know that sounds funny, but we have a very small cemetery in Marietta. And years ago, I had a client that was the secretary of the cemetery, and she said there was an opening on the board, and she thought I would be great. And I said, well, what do I have to do? And she said, just come to a meeting once a month, and if the public is upset, then you may have to step in and console them or help make policies for the cemetery. So I've been doing that for years. And it's just a meeting that we meet once a month. And actually, right now, well, about a week ago, I closed escrow on a transaction that I got directly from being on the board. I'm part of the Measure T committee through the city of Marietta. So you can get involved in your local city, see if there's any sort of committees that you can join. It's a great way to plug in, be part of your community. Again, it feels good to give back and know what's going on in your town. And naturally, it's networking. You're showing up at the city hall and you get to see the people that are at the front desk and some of the employees. And, you know, eventually they just kind of start to recognize you and remember you. I'm also in the Lions Club. So we meet once a month, and that's a group that is all about helping people with their eyesight. So we collect glasses from people and go to different elementary schools and do free eye exams for children. And then if they don't have money for glasses, the Lions Club will actually give them their prescription for free. There's a group called Professional Women's Roundtable. I haven't been going to that one as much, but again, it's once a month. And then Women's Council Realtors, that's a great one for any realtor to join. And then I'm actually participating in a car show this week. We do that once a year. It's a great way to network with your community, invite your clients, get leads. Like we do a raffle and raffle off like a cooler or something nice. And it's like, hey, if you fill out your information, your kid can spin the wheel and they get some free candy or maybe like a bracelet or a flag. And then they have a chance to win something, some sort of prize. So that's how we get them to put in their information. So just from that event last year, we had 84 leads. 84 people filled out their information, and about 14, we either couldn't read their phone number or it was wrong or maybe it was missing. So another way to network and be part of your community. Again, I've been doing that car show for so many years now that you start to kind of see the same people and chit chat with them. And of course, they always ask, how's the market? What's going on in real estate? So networking isn't just real estate events, it's your community. And so the more visible you are, the more opportunities come your way. So if you need help brainstorming on some events that you can participate in, let me know. I always say do things that you enjoy. So if you enjoy bowling, join a bowling league. You're going to have fun and it's networking. Or if you like playing pickleball, then join a pickleball league or go play pickleball and go meet some people. But if you do things you love and you have fun, naturally you're meeting people and it's networking, as long as you're letting them know that you are in real estate. So basically, you can network every single day and not even realize it. I always say network everywhere. The grocery store, the nail salon, the dental office, the doctor's office, the pharmacy staff, your kids' sports or school events. As long as you're not the secret agent and you're letting people know that you are in real estate, you can start having those conversations and network. So I always say every conversation is a chance to connect, ask about them, listen for clues like we need a bigger home, or we're having a baby, or we wish we had a swimming pool. So you need to listen to those clues and key into them. So another way to network is social media. Social media is so popular, and it's actually very modern networking. You can reach a lot of people at one time. The secret to social media networking is to engage. So sometimes I can be guilty of posting and ghosting. So if you do a post and somebody comments on your post, make sure that you respond. Don't just post and ghost. You want to engage. Celebrate life milestones. So, say that you see a friend that just had a baby. Make sure that you send them a congratulations. If you have their home address, mail them a card. People still love snail mail. But celebrate those milestones. If somebody just got married or engaged, and I mean, if they got engaged, what's next? Probably buying a home. So you want to make sure and comment, celebrate promotions, babies, new jobs, not moving because you want to be the realtor that helps them move. But if they talk about a new job, maybe they're moving to Tennessee. Well, guess what? They might have a home that they need to sell in your area, or if they're renting and they're going to be moving to another state, maybe you can help them find a realtor in that state they're moving to help them, and then you can get a referral fee. So it's important to stay visible. So if you're going to go onto social media, make sure that you are being consistent and you're staying visible. Let them know you're a realtor. You want to be the friend who shows up online and in person. Remember, consistency and kindness. So if you have a friend on social media, you can, if they're in your local area, why not set up a coffee date with them? Set a goal that you want to maybe have one coffee a month with somebody new from social media. Ask about them. Naturally, they're going to ask about you. How can I help you? Then remind them that you're in real estate, and you can let them know about some listings that the office has. If you don't have listings, hey, do you know anyone looking for a 3-bedroom pool home? We have a great listing for sale, if you know anyone looking. And you are welcome to use any of the office listings within the company as well. Share those listings with people. That's just another way to let people know you're in real estate without letting them know. So stand out and be visible. Another way to stand out and be visible is to wear a name tag. And I brought name tags to show you guys. I actually have a few. This is from the cemetery. Oh no, that's Chamber of Commerce. One from the cemetery. One from Lions Club. This is a little pen that I got for being on the City of Murrieta's Measure T committee. And this one is actually really cute. So it's a gold pen, Heather, your BFF in RE. This one I love wearing to events because so many people will get up close and like, what does your name tag say? Instead of like your traditional name tag, it's just cute. It almost looks like a piece of jewelry. I could literally like wear it as a necklace if I wanted to, but it's just different and cute. And I can send you the link. It's very inexpensive. It was on Amazon. Wear a t-shirt. Wear a t-shirt that says Simply Home. A branded t-shirt when you're at the grocery store goes a long ways because so many people will start conversations. It will literally spark a conversation if you're wearing something that says real estate, like Real Estate Life or Simply Home or your name, real estate, whatever you want it to say. It's just another way to let the public know that you are in real estate. I had a mentee a few years ago that she had a group. Well, she still has a group on Facebook with a lot of followers. I think there's like maybe 10 or 12,000 followers now. It's called Murrieta Mommies. And she said, well, one of the rules of my group, even though it was her group, there was rules. She said, I'm not allowed to solicit real estate. And I'm like, well, that's your group. That doesn't make sense. But if you can't, then wear a t-shirt that says real estate life or I love real estate. And she did. And she also started a mommy group where her and a group of mommies would get together and take the kids to the park once a week, and they would do like a picnic lunch. And she started getting a lot of business from doing that, from just wearing a shirt, letting people know she was in real estate, and then doing a little networking mommy group with her and a group of other moms and their kids or dads. I mean, sometimes there's stay-at-home dads. The other thing is to be the expert. So if you're going to be wearing a shirt that says, I love real estate or real estate life, that is going to spark conversation, whether you're at the school, picking up your kids, at the park, at their sports games, at the grocery store. And I can guarantee you somebody is going to say, oh, you're a realtor. Yes. How's the market? So be ready. Spend 10, 15 minutes every morning just brushing up on the real estate market, because you don't want to say it's good or it's busy. You want to make sure and give them like some expert info. So usually I'll say, well, it depends. Like, what do you mean? Are you considering selling your home? Do you want to know the value of your home? It depends what they're asking, right? How's the market? Well, I mean, I could say, oh, it's great for a seller or it's great for a buyer, but what do you mean? So dig into that a little bit more. So make sure that you are the expert. You're going to go to a networking event, be the expert, brush up on statistics of the market. So when you go, you know what you're talking about and you're not just like, oh, it's good. That's not good, is not good enough. How are we doing? Do we have any questions so far? Everybody still with me? Okay. So we're going to do a quick little recap here. So 5 keys to networking the right way. Focus on quality, not quantity. Build your power partners. Lead with curiosity. So that is asking about them. Genuinely care about them. Follow up fast. You're going to leave the event. You're going to say, hey, Susan, it was great seeing you. Or, hey, Charbonnet, it's been a while. Want to grab coffee this week? How about Thursday at 9? And network everywhere. Everywhere you go is an opportunity to network. Just let them know you're in real estate. And typically you say, oh, what do you do for work? And next thing they're going to say, what do you do? And that's your opportunity to talk about what you do. So take action. I have some homework for you guys. Here's your homework. Attend 1 new networking event this month. So we're in the beginning of October right now. So you have, 23 days or so to go and attend 1 new networking event this month. And if you don't know of any events, let me know. There's a plethora of church groups. There is a lot of groups. There's Chamber of Commerce groups. There's professional women's roundtable. There's women's council groups, women's council realtor groups. So there's a lot of different ideas that I have to share with you guys. I want you to follow up with 3 people you've met recently. That can be a quick text because sometimes it may feel awkward to just give them a call out of the blue. But people enjoy a quick phone call too, so don't feel like you shouldn't call them. And I want you to reconnect with 1 old contact this week. So whether it's someone on social media that maybe you connected with a while back or someone you met a few months ago, reconnect. And networking works when you work it consistently. So networking is not about collecting contacts, it's about creating community. And when you focus on people first, your business will follow. Thank you for joining me today, and let's connect. Find me on Instagram or Facebook. If you have any real estate networking questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I love helping realtors, and I really love helping people, especially when it comes to networking and how to meet people and tie it into your real estate business. So that's all I have for you guys today. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to unmute and ask anybody. Otherwise, I'm going to cut the call. Anyone? Thank you again so much, you guys, for joining. And I hope that you got some good tidbits out of this training today.
Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye, guys.